amigos, ¿cómo están? Hoy es jueves, el 29 de octubre de 2020. Hoy vamos a estudiar los consonantes. We've already studied the vowel sounds. Today we're going to look at the consonants. I want to study a couple specific letters in particular. Let's start with la letra C, the letter C. So the letter C has two different sounds. When it's followed by an A, an O, a U, or any consonant other than an H, it's going to have a hard C sound. It's going to be pronounced like the C in cat in English. So let's say these words with the hard C sound. Como, práctica, encantado. Those are a few examples of the hard C sound. There's also something called a soft C sound. So when the letter C is followed by an E or an I, it's going to be the soft C sound. And that sound is going to be like, Sally, okay? Like the S in Sally for this soft C. So we're going to say, doce, gracias, silencio. Those are a couple examples of how the C can look as a soft C, okay? The next thing I'd like to look at are other C sounds by other letter groups, okay? Because that same hard C sound can carry over into other letter groups. So, for example, we learned already that there's two different C sounds, a hard C and a soft C. We can also hear the hard C for K and ki. So, quince, que, quiere, has a hard C sound as well, okay? Now we have one more sound, or actually two more sounds that we're going to study. The next one is the letter H. I think we might have already noticed that H, let me put it over here, that the letter H, and it's kind of crooked, oh my goodness. The letter H, when it's at the start of the word, it's always silent. So we've noticed hola, hasta, I. So we do not pronounce the H at the beginning of the word, okay? But here's something interesting. The letter J is going to be pronounced like the letter H in the English word hat, but it's even going to be more strongly and in the back of the throat. Also, the letter G, when followed by an I, has that same H sound, okay? So a couple words that we could say out loud would be Jorge, jueves, and then I, we don't hear it. Hasta, we don't hear it because it's beginning with an H. And hoja, we don't hear the H at the beginning for hoja, but we hear the J, which sounds kind of like that H sound. So I know that part's a little bit tricky, but we're going to work on it together. Okay, gracias amigos.